Welcome to today's episode of the Durex Chronicles, Enterprise Resource Planning, where we'll follow the inner workings of Durex, a global company, as it navigates its day-to-day operations with the help of ERP. Durex is owned by its parent company, Reckitt Benckiser, an Anglo-Dutch multinational consumer goods company. It was formed in 1999 as a result of the merger of UK-based Reckitt Amp, Coleman and the Netherlands-based Benckiser NV. Reckitt's brands include the antiseptic brand Dettol, the sore throat medicine Strepsils, and other brands and products, like Enfamil and Vanish. Of course, in today's episode, we'll be focusing on Durex, which focuses on manufacturing rubber products. Picture this: different departments at Durex are like characters in a grand play, each with a vital role to perform. Let's meet them. In the bustling office of Durex's headquarters, Lily, head of the production department, is deep in thought. She's reviewing sales forecasts for the next quarter and knows it's time to ramp up production. But to make this happen, she needs raw materials. She picks up her phone and calls Ryan, the head of the procurement department.
Ryan, I'm sending over a purchase requisition. We'll need more rubber and latex to meet our targets. Can you get on it?
Got it, Lily. I'll start working on it right away.
There are two ways Ryan can fulfill Lily's request, directly or indirectly. Direct requisitions come straight from people like Lily, based on specific needs. But if the system flags a shortage of materials due to upcoming production orders, the Material Requirement Planning (MRP) will generate an indirect requisition automatically. Since Lily's order is urgent, Ryan moves forward with a direct requisition. Ryan now faces a critical decision: where will he source the raw materials? First, he checks Durex's internal inventory. Maybe another department already has the rubber and latex they need. If so, no need to look outside.
Hi Ryan, this is Emma from the warehouse team. About the rubber and latex that you want, sorry, no luck here, we're low on those.
With no internal resources available, Ryan turns to the source list, a record of trusted vendors. Here, Ryan weighs his options, price, delivery time, and the reliability of the vendors. However, there are no vendors that are available for the urgent need of Lily. Ryan then checks for other vendors that have long-term purchasing agreements with Durex. These purchasing agreements are in place, so that the procurement department does not need to issue a quotation every time that they need something. However, it turns out that none of the delivery times of the purchasing agreements can fulfill Lily's urgency. That means it's time to request new quotations. Ryan sends out request for quotations, RFQs, to a few vendors. As the quotes start rolling in, Ryan compares the prices, delivery schedules, and terms.
Vendor B offers the best price, but Vendor A guarantees quicker delivery. Let's go with Vendor A. We need those materials fast.
The quotation is accepted, and it becomes a legally binding offer, giving Durex exactly what it needs: raw materials delivered on time, at a fair price. The RFQ is then converted into a purchase order, PO, ready to send off to the vendor. With the purchase order sent, the last thing for Ryan to do at this stage is to make sure the vendor gets notified. He sends the PO through a combination of email and EDI, electronic data interchange. There are also other ways, including XML, extensive markup language, and delivery of a printed hard copy. In a few days, the shipment arrives at the plant. Olivia, the head of receiving and inventory, oversees the unloading. She references the purchase order to ensure that Durex received exactly what they ordered. Once everything checks out, she logs the goods into the system, updating the physical inventory and general ledger accounts.
Everything's in order, I'll mark it as received.
Mark, the accounts payable manager, receives the invoice from the vendor. He cross-checks it against the goods receipt and the purchase order. If everything aligns, quantities, prices, and delivery dates, Mark can push the payment process forward.
Looks like everything matches, let's get this paid.
But if there's any discrepancy, Mark's ERP system will raise a red flag, and payment will be paused until the issue is resolved. This time, however, the invoice is correct, and the vendor gets paid. Durex's accounts payable are credited, and their bank account is debited once the payment is processed. Now that the raw materials are in, it's time for the next step: production. Alex, the production planner, takes charge. He looks at the bill of materials, BOM, for the products they're about to manufacture.
Alright, we have two types of BOMs here. Single level for our basic products and variant BOM for our newer models.
BOMs define the materials required for production, while routing maps out the steps, from start to finish. Alex uses routing to schedule the production process, deciding when, where, and how products will be made. This not only keeps production efficient but also helps in product costing. Once the BOM is chosen, the work centers spring into action. These are the nerve centers of Durex's manufacturing operation, where raw materials are transformed into valuable products. Ethan, the production supervisor, oversees a team of workers and machines, ensuring everything runs smoothly. Each work center has its own capacity, manpower, machinery, and output, and Ethan needs to balance these to meet Durex's goals.
We're all set. Let's keep the production line moving.
As raw materials flow through the work centers, they gradually become the Durex products we all know. Once the products are completed, the final step will be the sales and distribution, where Durex's merchandise is sold to its customers. Monica, a diligent sales representative working at Durex, who nurtures a new order into existence. Monica sits at her desk, reviewing customer inquiries as her system pings. Mr. Wong, a loyal customer, has sent an inquiry for a bulk order of Durex products. In the world of ERP, the sales order is born from inquiry and negotiation. As Monica begins her pre-sales activities, she knows this is where the magic starts.
Ah, Mr. Wong is back for another big order. Time to prepare his quotation and apply his usual bulk discount.
Monica enters Mr. Wong's details into the system, selecting the appropriate sales area, distribution channel, and division. The sales area determines the pricing conditions, while the distribution channel dictates how the product will reach the customer. It determines pricing, logistics, and customer-specific conditions. The sales system generates a quotation for Mr. Wong, complete with prices, discounts, and terms.
Mr. Wong, I've prepared your quotation. As usual, I've applied the 10% discount for bulk purchases, and I've confirmed a complete delivery for you. The total amount comes to 15,000 ringgit, payable within 30 days. Don't worry, you still have 100,000 left in your credit, so no credit limit issues.
With a quotation issued to Mr. Wong, the ERP system keeps everything in check. This legally binding offer is a promise that Monica and her company must now deliver on. The quotation turns into a sales order as soon as Mr. Wong agrees to the terms. Monica inputs the final agreement into the system, and the sales order officially comes to life. Monica sends the sales order to Mark, the logistics manager. Mark reviews the delivery details. With delivery dates and quantities finalized, now it is time for Mark to check the availability of stocks, confirm the weight and volume of the stocks, and determine the route of sales order. In the world of logistics, every second counts. Forward and backward scheduling ensures that the delivery timeline is met. And the system determines the best route for a speedy delivery.
Let's see. Mr. Wong is requesting delivery to Hong Kong. I'll use our Port Klang plant for this one. Looks like we have stock available on these days, and the system's already picked the fastest route.
Mark initiates the shipping process, assigning the delivery plant and confirming the shipping route. These details, along with specifics of picking and loading, are compiled into the delivery document. Emma, the warehouse manager, receives the delivery document in the system. She assigns a team to start the picking and packing process, in which they gather the products listed in the delivery document, with respect to the required quantities, customer-preferred packaging, etc.
Team, Mr. Wong's order is a high priority. Let's make sure we track all serial numbers and get the items packed securely. We'll need to update the system once everything's ready for dispatch.
Hustles and bustles start to come from the warehouse, as the products are being picked from the shelves. Soon, it will leave the warehouse, bound for its final destination. With the goods issue, the legal ownership of the products is changed from Durex to Mr. Wong, and this reduces the inventory and the cost of goods sold is updated in the general ledger. Once the shipment has been delivered to Mr. Wong, the sales order reaches its final stage, which is billing and payment. Lisa, the finance manager, receives the billing document from Monica.
All right, Mr. Wong's order is all set. The system's already generated the billing document from the sales order. I'll issue the invoice and send it over to him.
Lisa generates the customer invoice, debiting Mr. Wong's subledger and updating the company's revenue account. Weeks later, Lisa receives notification that Mr. Wong's payment has been posted to the company's bank account, and that debits Durex's account receivable and credit the bank account. With payment received, the journey of the sales order comes to an end. From inquiry to invoice, from warehouse to the customer's hands, the ERP system has guided its every step. That concludes today's episode of the Durex Chronicles. We'll see you next time.